Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Sennett. I'm the CEO and founder of Mighty Mom, prenatal postpartum fitness, and I reside in Toronto, Canada, and I'm so excited to be here with you today, exclusively with Sweet Pea's Baby Box, to guys help you strengthen your core after having a baby. If you read my article in the magazine, which I hope you did, you might have understood that it's one of the most popular questions I have, or I get, and with good reason. Your core muscles after you have a baby are some of the most compromised after pregnancy. So it takes time to rehab them, and it takes time for them to strengthen and build load and capacity and all that good stuff after having a baby. So I'm gonna share with you some of my favorite exercises, actually 4 of my favorite exercises that I do with all of my private clients, all of my new moms, and not only how to do them, but how to progress them as well. So come on, let's get started. All right, let's get started. So when I said 4, I actually meant 5, because the first thing you should always do, and the best thing to do to strengthen your abs after having a baby, is breath work, okay? The muscles of your inner core unit are as follows. Your diaphragm, which is your primary breathing muscle, sits underneath your ribs and pulls oxygen into your lungs. Your TA is your transversus abdominis, that's your deepest abdominal layer. It kind of runs along your entire abdominal wall and kind of co-mingles with your lats at the back and attaches at the top of your pelvis. Then your TA connects to your pelvic floor. Your pelvic floor is a diamond-shaped sling of muscles from your pubic bone to your tailbone and your sit bones on the side. Lots of functions for the pelvic floor. Involved in sex, pooing and peeing, held the weight of your baby up, acts as a sump pump, and is super, super important for core stability. It connects to your deepest back muscle, which is your multifidus. And these muscles, these 4 muscles, when they work together, they form a pressurized system inside your body. It's this pressurized system that provides the structure and support when you move. Anytime you move. So when you lift your arm, when you lift your heavy groceries up, when you lift your baby up, there's this pressure that's helping support you, right? And sometimes these muscles, actually most of the time, these muscles are compromised and not able to create enough tension to support the pressure in the system when you're exercising, when you're doing things. So the best way to kind of build strength in these abdominals is to breathe and learn how to engage them properly after having a baby. So let's do a little bit of it right now, okay? Trying to get through this. I could talk about this stuff for 3 hours, but I won't. But we're just gonna do a little bit now. I want you to put your hands on your belly, and you're just gonna take a couple deep breaths. And I want you to focus on the inhale just to relax all of the muscles. So inhale, relax TA. I want you to relax your pelvic floor, thinking about a flower opening up down there. And on the exhale, you're going to lift the pelvic floor up and in towards the body. And I want you to think about hugging your TA, your transverse abdominis, that abdominal muscle, like a corset, tightening around your entire abdominal wall, up and in towards your ribs. So quite simply, inhale, relax. Exhale, engage. Inhale, relax. Down and out. Exhale, engage. Now that was a really quick explanation. I really suggest working with a pelvic floor physio or a postpartum fitness trainer that can help you kind of rehab some of this stuff and go over specific cues that might be much better for you. But I'm just trying to give you kind of like an overview for this strong core sequence, all right? So the first step in everything is breath work. If we can't engage the muscles and build a strong foundation, none of this stuff is gonna work properly, okay? So once we do that, I'm gonna give you guys my 4 favorite starting core moves that I use with my private clients, that I use in my classes to get you going on strong abs after baby, okay? So the first one I love, and how to progress them too. So first one I love is you're gonna lie down on your back. We call these knee pushes. You're gonna take opposite hand to knee. You're gonna bring it up so that it meets each other on the hip. You're gonna press your palm into your knee and your knee into your palm. So there's tension here, even though it's not gonna look like it. Exhale. And you're gonna engage lower abdominals down and in. And then we're gonna switch. Exhale. We're just gonna do 3 seconds each push. This one is a really good one for cesarean births as well. It kind of reconnects our anterior oblique sling because we've been cut across the stomach almost entirely. It really is important to kind of get this cross-body motion and exercise engagement so that we can start to heal that up. I like to start with 2 rounds of 10 reps each, that's 5 each side, and you can progress from there, okay? I'm gonna stay down here for our second exercise. Number 2 is one I always use, it's a glute bridge. So you're gonna have your heels slightly wider than your hips. You're gonna tuck your tailbone and you're gonna lift your hips up. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. You're gonna feel your glutes engage, and I want you to think about pulling T8 up and in towards your ribs as well. Inhale, exhale. Good. It's really important to strengthen your glutes in postpartum as well, because glutes stabilize the pelvic floor and it's part of your overall bigger core system. And they tend to be inactive in pregnancy, so it's really important to kind of wake them up in postpartum. I like to start with 2 rounds of 10 reps. When you are ready to progress, there are many different ways. You can have some weight on your hips here, like a dumbbell or a baby, or you can try a single leg glute bridge, or you can try some bridge holds or bridge pulses, all of which I do in all of my programs, so give that a shot as well. Number 3 is a side plank. I love side planks because they definitely target TA and obliques, but they're not as much pressure as an actual like forearm plank. That comes later. So let's start from our knees. You're gonna line your elbow up underneath your shoulder, and you're gonna lift yourself up. Sorry, I'm out of view. Lift yourself up. You wanna stack your ribs, stack your hips, breathe. You can even put your hands on your belly to make sure that we have some movement in the diaphragm and in the TA. I literally start with 10 seconds on each side. You can progress to 20 seconds, then 30 seconds, 40, then 50. When you're about 40 to a minute on from your knees, you can start to progress by extending the top leg out and kind of going from your feet as well. Go work up to a minute on each side. I like 2 to 3 sets at the end of a workout at the beginning to activate the core. And the final exercise that I use, I call it a V-sit twist. It's really important to really work full range of motion and different directions in postpartum as well. Not just up and down, but we really want to start to get some rotation as well. We don't need to be afraid of those movements, but we have to do them, start from the beginning, we have to do them appropriately at the beginning, right? So you're gonna dig your heels into the ground or the floor. You're gonna tuck your tailbone, lean back just enough so that you feel something going on here. Breathe and find tension in the abdominals. If you see doming or coning in this position, or any position for that matter, that's a diastasis. That's just a representation of pressure trying to escape the body. It's not something to be feared. It's just information from your body. Maybe you have to double down on your breathing. Maybe you have to adjust your position a little bit. But it's something that can definitely be addressed. Again, working with a pelvic physio or a trainer can really, really help you if you see that. So tuck your tailbone, inhale, exhale. Find tension in the abdominal wall, and then we're just gonna twist with straight arms up and over the knees. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. And I like to start with 2 rounds of 10 reps each side, so 20 in total. And then you're gonna relax. The way to progress this is to go a little bit lower, right? The lower you go, the harder it is, more pressure on the system. I like to start with 1 leg up, and then you can do the other leg up, right? And then we have knees up, bent, and then I like straight legs. You can also progress this with the weight. So if you have a dumbbell, you can do that famous Russian twist. But again, working up, making sure you're not getting any signs and symptoms of core dysfunction. And they are lower back pain, pressure on the pelvic floor, leaking, any sort of incontinence, that diastasis I just talked about, pressure at the abdominal wall, knee pain, hip pain, any kind of sign and symptom that's telling you, oh, maybe I have to watch out to what I'm doing. You never want to push through those things for any of these exercises or in exercise in general. That just means you're probably putting a lot of load and pressure on a system that's compromised, that just can't support it yet, and that's okay. That's everybody after having a baby. So I hope these exercises were helpful. You can do them all together in a core workout. You can pepper them into your full body workouts. They work great with squats and lunges and deadlifts and all of those things. So I hope that was helpful. Now you have your strong core after baby workout straight from the source. If you guys are looking for more training, you can definitely check me out at mightymom.ca. We have lots of programming going on. We have online programs for both postpartum and prenatal. We do in-person classes and in-person training in Toronto and the GTA. We're launching amazing outdoor fitness classes. And you can also check me out on IG. We have at Mighty Mom Jess. We got lots of workout tips and advice and inspiration and everything you need to kind of get back into it after having a baby, because I know there's not a lot of resources out there and it can be super confusing. So I hope this was helpful. Feel free to do this at home. Reach out to me. Let me know how it feels. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and have fun. Bye now.